What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. How you guys doing today? My name is Jeremiah Davis, aka the Funding Coach, and this is Monday Fun Day, where I'm giving out funding tips, business loan, business funding tips. Excuse me. And today's topic is 401k or a Roth, a retirement fund funding. How to use your retirement fund to put it into your business. Um, it's I don't know if it's that popular. I can't count. I can count on one hand how many times I've done this type of funding. But if you come across clients, if you're an affiliate of Business Funding Now, or you use the Black Label CRM to do funding, you need to be familiar with all the funding products, and need to also know that when to use these funding products. I mean, the whole thing about being a loan broker is being able to talk to a client and figure out which loan product best fits them. You know, sometimes they come to you with not good credit, or not good business cash flow, and then you might have to think outside the box to see what loan product they fit into, right? And this Roth or 401k retirement fund um, loan product um, is a good option, especially for those who have worked the 9 to 5, contribute to the 401k plan that their employer had for them, and then then transition that into their business or to their startup business to get them the cash they need if they don't have any other resource. All right. So, first thing you need to know is that 401k funding um, is not a loan from a bank. Okay. Now, you do need assistance from a bank to get the money, or a lender to get the money. Right. And there are 401k Roth or lenders out there that can help you navigate that. Or you can call us. You know, we do it too. We know how. We have the lenders, because I'm not a direct lender, but we do have lenders that specialize in this particular loan product that can provide that type of financing. And it's a good option. Now, there are some qualifications and requirements to access that type of loan product, but or I shouldn't say a loan product, that type of funding rather. And that's what we're going to cover today. That's what we're going to cover today. All right. So you can actually put this in your repertoire, right, by saying, "Hey, do you have a 401k? Okay. If you do, how much is in it? Okay. Well, this is how we can get you be able to use that money without paying any penalties on that money by withdrawing early, as well as give your business the influx of cash that it needs to buy, hire employees, secure a retail location, buy equipment, whatever the case may be. You can use that money to invest in your business. So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about um, how to use a 401k or a Roth to fund your business. All right, that's the topic of the day. Okay, so first of all, if you're not familiar, a 401k or a Roth is that they're kind of synonymous. You can use both names for the same thing. Is a retirement fund that you put money into from a 9 to 5 over the course of several years, right? Could be 10, could be 20, whatever the case might be. A lot of people use that and invest, and then if they work for a good company, a lot of those companies will match up to a certain dollar amount how much money that's going into that fund. And then ideally, when you turn 65 or 66 and a half or whatever it is now, you can utilize that money to invest into your business, or utilize that money as a retirement fund that pays you, a monthly uh, um, um, stipend that you can live off of, right? It's a retirement fund. That's what it's for. But say you worked for a job for 20 years and now you left that job because you want to start your own business, but you don't have a nice savings to start your business, or you don't have family or friends to borrow from. Maybe you're over leveraged on your credit and your credit cards, so you need some cash. So I'm just trying to help you guys learn all the different resources or options for yourself as well as for your clients, right? If you're referring clients to business funding now and they have bad credit, they don't have, say, um, a lot of income, right, to get a nice business loan or a personal loan, startup business loan, which is a personal loan, to inject into their business to get it off the ground. Well, if they have a 401k, you can still accomplish the same thing. Now, I'm going to go over the qualification requirements of the 401k Roth funding product now, so you will know how to pre-qualify your clients um, for this particular loan product. Okay, so without further ado, we're talking about Roth or 401k um, um, funding. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my little notes up. Basically, um, it's very easy to qualify because it's an asset-based program, meaning it's not based on your credit. Now, there are some stipulations on um, how to move the money from the company that you previously worked for's 401k to another 401k. So you got 401k rollover is what we're talking about here. Okay, so here's the thing: if you have an LLC, you cannot utilize this type of funding. It has to be a C corp. Okay, um, I'm sure it could be an S corp too, but a C corp is what's recommended. So now starting a C corp has its own challenges because you need like a board of directors and they got to have minutes and things like that. But you can do all that on. Matter of fact, all of my corporations are S corporations, and I have that set up with one of the services. So I set it up, and I have my brothers and sisters on the board. They don't have ownership in my companies, but they are on the board of directors of my companies, right? And then when we go on our family trips, um, I might, have a quick little meeting, or, so I can write off the whole trip and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like when I moved from Tennessee to Florida, and we met in, I think, Louisville or Kentucky, Louisville, I don't remember. We went on a trip somewhere. We go somewhere every year. Me, my brothers and sisters, our kids and grandkids and things like that. Our family retreat, and I usually give them an update on what's going on with the business, and I can technically classify that as a board meeting that I can write off the whole trip. Okay. So that's another topic, another live. We can, we'll talk about that another time. 401k or ROB, ROBS, ROB funding, right? You have a new C corp is established. Okay, a C corp is it needs to be established. That then you have to set up a retirement plan under the C corp, right? So you want to set up a 401k retirement plan on your C corporation. Okay, that's one of the stipulations, right? And then you can transfer the 401k from the employer to the new company's retirement plan. So that's the rollover, right? The 401k rollover that we've been hearing about. You see it advertised on TV. Did you take your 401k? Can you move your 401k? Now, it's a very common practice, and this is a very good funding resource for startups as well. Okay, so you're gonna start a C corp. You're gonna roll over your 401k into your company's retirement plan, which typically is a 401k. Okay, once you've done that, set that up, then you can transfer the 401k. All right, that's not all though. Then the company, um, well, the 401k uses the money in the 401k, buys stock options in the C corporation, right? So that influx by those stocks, that money is transferred from the 401k plan in your corporation, and now it is cash in the business, in the corporation bank account. Now you have a new C corp that is cash rich and can start a business or a franchise, whatever you want to put under that C corp. Now you can put your DBA, under that C corporation for whatever business that you want to start, or even to purchase a franchise. Okay, but here's a caveat, right? There are some conditions um, that need to be you need to be aware of when you're trying, if you're looking at doing this or you're helping someone else do it. Okay, so there are fees, right? The banks that assist you with this type of funding do charge fees, and of course I have to make commission. Now that might vary from bank to bank, so I'm not going to get into all that, but there is a amount that you have to have in that fund, that 401k, that qualifies. It has to be more than $50,000. Okay, so if you do not have $50,000, or the client does not have $50,000 in the 401k plan, this option is not going to be available for them. But we're looking at 401k, Roth, or Roth, IRR. So there's this. So a lot of these different retirement funds can be utilized in this vertical, in this funding product. But you want to do your homework, you want to do your research, you want to find banks that specialize in this particular type of financing, or assistance in financing, so you're doing it the right way. You don't want to lead your clients down the wrong way thinking, okay, this is going to work, and then it doesn't work because you overlooked a step. Okay, so like I said, create a C corp. Right, first create a C corporation, because the Rob's um, arrangement hinges on the sale of qualified employer securities or stocks. The business you start or buy must operate as a C corporation. A C corporation has the ability to sell stocks. Other entities like LLCs or S corps cannot use what is called your qualified, or as QES, or qualified employer securities, right? So this is basically stock options in your corporation. Okay, so I don't have a 401k. I started S corps because I believe the S corps have the most tax benefits. If you have an LLC, you need to do form I think it's 2355 or 2353, something like that, form where your LLC is taxed as an S corp, but you have to have that form completed about 90 days after your LLC is formed. So that's another topic for another time. But if you did not do that and you already have an LLC, you're basically being taxed as a sole proprietor, right, and not a corporation. Let's put it like this: personal taxes are like 25 to 50, or 25 to 30% tax liability, where corporations are like 15% tax liability. Okay, so just side note on that. All right, you set up your 401k plan for your C corporation. After establishing a C corporation, set up a retirement plan for your new business. You have many plan options to choose from, but the most people pick is a 401k. Once you've selected that type, you'll work with a custodian, right? A E-Plan, AmeriFund, something like that, to manage the actual investments of the plan. So that's another caveat. So once you set up this retirement plan under your C Corp, right, then it has to be managed by a third party or for that manages retirement funds. And then you're putting into that, right? Now, the third step is rolling an existing funds into the new retirement plan. Once the retirement plan is set up for your company, you roll the funds from your original 401k plan or your employer plan to a personal 401k into your corporation. All right, and that's what's called the rollover. So I kind of already touched on that. The company plan buys stock in the corporation, right? So the company retirement plan, 401k plan, buys stock, excuse me, in the retirement plan. Okay, the plan uses the money to buy the stock in the S corporation through QES, or like I said, what was that? Qualified Employee Securities. And this is why the Rob structure requires a C corporation. Without it, a QES transaction is not possible. Okay, use the funds to operate your business. Now you have the money from the stock sales. And when you're setting this up, I usually start with like 1,000 stocks, but I mean, you can start with 10,000 you want. Just think, the more stocks you have, the less value it will be. Okay, that's it. All right. So um, once now, so no, all that money goes into the business checking account. Okay. So now the business has this money that they can do for business expenses, buying equipment, leasing space, hiring employees, things like that. So there's a lot of that that's going on. But the main thing is, if you or your client has a 401k plan from a company that you work for, you want to know how much is in that company. And then if you are an entrepreneur, you want to roll that over. And it's not a bad idea to continue to invest in it when you get this third party management company. So your business, right? If you set yourself up, your business up properly, put yourself on payroll, and then have a percentage of that going into your 401k plan, so you can still have your retirement plan. Okay. Um, let's see. Some frequently asked questions. Uh, okay. Some of the questions that I was got is basically, is using your my 401k to fund a business a tax loophole? And the answer is no. The Employee Retirement Income Securities Act works in conjunction with sections of the Internal Revenue Code to make ROBs a perfectly legal perfectly legal. The IRS acknowledges uh, a way to use your retirement fund. So basically, the IRS recognizes it as a legitimate way to use your retirement fund, is to transfer it and use it and sell buy let the 401k buy stocks in the corporation, and then the corporation has the cash to spend for the business needs. Okay, what type of business can I fund with the ROBs? Almost anything. You can start a business from scratch, purchase an existing business, open a new franchise location, or even buy an existing franchise. So you can use it for anything, as long as you structure it right. Um, what is the maximum employee deferment contribution I can make into a new 401k plan? The maximum annual contributions in 2018 was $18,000. Though this changes, if you're over 50, you're allowed an additional $6,000. Okay. Um, this Rob is legal. Yes, it's legal. Yeah. Okay. Uh, And can I pay myself a salary? Yes. In fact, it's encouraged, and when you earn a salary, you'll be able to commit a percentage of the salary back into your retirement fund. Keep in mind that your salary should fall into reusable bounds. For example, if your company's annual revenue is $100,000 and the salary is 200,000, 200K, likely falls outside of that responsibility. Yeah, you can't make more money than your company makes. Okay. All right. So that's how you utilize that. So I just want to start asking your clients, do they have 401k? How much is in the 401k? Right? Those are only two questions you got to ask. If they qualify, right? They have a 401k and they say yes, okay, how much is your 401k? If it was under $50,000, they can't use that. That's not a funding option for them. Okay, simple, and you're done with that. So here, and this is the scenario. I'm just going to run through a scenario with you, the how I would use it. Okay, so if a client comes to me and they want a business loan, right? First thing I ask them is, how long have you been in business, right? If they have been in business less than 2 years, all right, I'm crossing business term loans off the list. Okay, now, to say there's some banks that will do business term loans for business, but the minimum is 1 year, and the traditional is 2 years. Okay, so a standard regular bank on the corner will want to do a business term loan, will want the business to be in business for 2 years plus, have 2 years tax returns, make over $100,000 a year. Okay, and they might ask for a business plan. They might ask for P&Ls. They might ask for balance sheets. They might ask for personal tax returns. All right. A lender can ask for whatever they want. And if you want to follow through with that particular lender, you have to provide them. If you do not, you're not going to get the money. Simple. Okay. So if they've been in business over 2 years, have they made over $100,000 a year? Yes. The next question I ask, how the next question I ask, do they have 2 years of business financials? Right? Because if they don't have the 2 years tax terms, then I got to go another direction. Simple as that. They didn't make over $100,000 a year, I have to go another direction. Okay, so that kind of where I'm at with that. Then I say, okay, maybe how much do you make a month, right? Then I go through all the lists and I get a bunch of no's. I'm like, okay, what assets do you have? Do you own your house? How long have you owned your house? Do you own any other rental property? How long have you had it? Do you have any equity in these? Right? So that's what I'm looking for. They own their home or they own other properties they have equity in. Then we can do a investment line of credit using the properties as a collateral or something like that. Right? And then if I'm keep getting other no's, if I throw the 401k out there, do you have a 401k? Did you just transition out of your 9 to 5 or whatever the case may be and start your own business or whatever? If they might even still have the old 401k just sitting there, they're not contributing to it, but they're not taking anything out of it. They could have maybe 50 to 100,000 or more in that fund that they can with our information now, we can tell them, okay, well, we can utilize that money and put into your business. It's called a 401 funding. But first thing we need to do is set up a C corporation, and then we're going to set up the C corporation. Going to set up a retirement plan, and you're going to roll over your 401k into the new company's retirement plan, and then the 401k is going to buy stock options in your company, and then that cash will be able to transfer into the company bank account, right? So it might be, I don't want to say a last resort, but it's another resource for funding that we need to start offering for people that might not qualify for any of our traditional products. Okay, so and this is the thing. This is the thing. The software has 20 different loan products in there, and we have about 10 lenders in each category for each loan product. So 200 direct lenders, and some of those lenders do this 401k type financing. So, and you would make a commission off of that as well. Okay, and for the fees or the origination fees for doing the work. Now, I don't know, and that's probably going to vary. It's probably going to go up for the higher amount. Like if you have a 401k with $200,000 in it, those fees are going to be higher than if you have one with $50,000 in it. But remember that $50,000 is the minimum. If they don't have $50,000 in that 401k, this is not the option for them. We have to find another option, right? So another option could be working capital, revenue base, things like that. And then if their company has other equipment that's paid off, we can use that equipment as collateral to borrow against, knowing that they're only going to get up to 50% of the loan to value of that equipment, right? Because if you got a $100,000 piece of equipment and it's paid off free and clear, the bank will loan you basically $50,000 on that. they're not going to give you 100%, primarily because you already missed the payment. Now they got to repo your equipment, and now they got to put it on the market, and they got to sell it. Only thing they're looking to sell it for is the money that they got lost, and so if it's valued at $100,000, but they only but you owe them $50,000, and they take that equipment, they're going to sell it for the $50,000, or maybe a little more, whatever. But whatever more they do sell it for should go towards the loan that you defaulted on. But that's a whole another topic too. And that can change lender by lender. So don't try to pigeonhole me into, well, you said no. Okay. I'm just spitballing. I'm just saying how equipment financing or asset-based financing works. They only usually go up to 50% of loan to value on that type of equipment or that asset value. Okay. Loan to value is what that's called. All right. Do I have any questions for anybody out there? Anybody else got any more questions for me regarding funding, business funding now, becoming an affiliate? If you want to become an affiliate, it's an automated system on the website. Let's go to businessfundingnow.com and click on become an affiliate. You fill in your information, sign an affiliate agreement, and then you're going to get access to the affiliate portal. And also, there is a unbranded white label loan application link that you can email the clients, or you can just open it and fill it out yourself. And it's just a pre-app. So there is a digital signature, but it's not the actual loan application. This is a pre-app that goes along with the supporting documents to get to a lender to approve the whatever type of loan that where you're applying for. After on the first page of that application, that online application, you put in all the client's details, and you click next, and then the next page is you're uploading the supporting documents. Now, if you don't know what the supporting document is, go ahead and click submit, and then one of my staff members will email you a list of supporting documents for that loan type. You have to choose a loan type because there's a drop-down box on that form with the 20 different loan types we offer, and you have to select one of those. Okay. So make sure you select the right one. And once you sign as an affiliate, we will send you a PDF of the most popular loan types. It won't be all 20. It's like 5 or 6 are on there, or maybe more. But those are the most popular ones. And it does have the qualification requirements and list of supporting documents you can use. In the near future, hopefully within the next 30 to 60 days, I will be having an online funding certification course. In that course, you will learn all 20 different loan types, the description, the pros and cons, and the qualifications and requirements, and a list of supporting documents. All will be part of that course that all affiliates and all Black Label users can access to help them. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to help you learn the funding process. I cannot impart 15 years of experience that's in my head out to you in a couple of hours or even a course. But once you have the basics down, the basic qualification requirements for each loan product down, it's just making sure your client fits into one of those pockets of that loan product that they're looking for. And a lot of times you will have to guide the client to a different direction. They might say, I want a business term loan, not knowing what the qualification requirements are for a business term loan. And that's the biggest issue, right? People come to us, they ask us for these loans, but they don't qualify for the loan for whatever reason. They haven't been in business for 2 years. They only make over $100,000 a year, or they don't have all the documents together. I've had many, many businesses come to me, ask for funding, and they say, I've been in business for 10, 15, 20 years, but you ain't got a business bank account set up. You ain't even got, your articles established, right? You don't have any of those things, any of those things established as of yet. So because you don't have those things, they don't have those things established, qualify for a lot of loans. Banks want to lend money. They make money on lending money. That's what they do, right? So they want to say yes, but they have all their procedures and protocols in place to only underwrite the clients that they want, the loan types that they want. They're not taking any unnecessary risk. People always, well, don't this count? Why don't want? No, it don't count. You got bad credit. You're asking for $1 million with bad credit. to get something that you most likely don't have a lot of experience in, right? You might know how to cook chicken, but do you know how to run a restaurant? Those are two different things, right? Just because your chicken is fire doesn't mean you know how to run a business or a restaurant. And lenders looking to take that stuff into consideration, especially as a startup. If you're looking for startup capital, one of the things they're going to make want to know is how much experience do you have in that industry, right? Why are you getting into this industry? Why are you better than the competition? Okay, yeah, that's what your business plan comes into play. But some banks ask for it, some banks not don't. When you build a relationship with the bank, then you find out. Okay. So anyway, if I don't have any other questions, I went over 32 minutes. I'll try to keep these short, under 30 minutes, because I would like to. But you can go back, go to the YouTube channel and go under live, and you'll see a number of different videos where I'm giving out different funding tips on different funding products, just in general business credit information, things like that. And that's a good training tool because I do cover uh, these type of funding topics on a regular basis. Almost every week, I'm talking about one type of funding product or another, or business credit in general. But I encourage you; it's free to sign up. Once you sign up, there are a couple of different affiliate packages depending on the workload that determines how much commission you would get. But even at the 25% commission, where we do most of the work, um, you know, that I mean, each on an average, that could be, a couple $1,000, $1,000 per loan, be your 25%. Just depends on the scenario. Anyway, all right, you guys. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and follow. My name is Jeremiah Davis, and I am the funding coach. Peace.